What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So you see the title of this video that credit card delinquencies are coming. But what does this mean? Well, what I can tell you is retailers are fearing the next month. Retailers have no clue what to expect come October, November, and December. And I want to explain why. And again, it has a little bit to do with the credit card delinquencies, but it also has to do with another thing that's coming up. I will address that in just a minute. All I ask is if you enjoy these daily updates, do me a favor, go ahead, hit that like button, and let's continue. So here's the biggest thing. The biggest thing moving forward is that Americans are now being asked to start making a payment to their student loan debts. And this is going to start on October 1st. This is one of the biggest fears that retailers have, is because we don't know what to expect. Think about it. Right now, millions and millions of consumers are not having to pay a student loan debt every single month. But come October 1st, they are now supposed to make that payment. Now, the reason I say supposed to is because they still have 1 year where President Biden has made it very clear that legally they don't have to make a payment for 1 year after repayments start. So they don't have to make a payment until October 1st, 2024, not 2023. Listen to this. Listen to this comment that I received the other day. This person says, "I will not pay my student loan, and why should I? If Biden promised to forgive $10,000, then he needs to live up to that promise. And besides, he is giving us 1 more year where it won't change my credit. So I'm not paying until next year." That's what somebody said. Guess what? That is the common consensus amongst borrowers is we're not going to make a payment. Why would we make a payment when President Biden has already said it will not affect our credit if we're late? If we don't make a payment for a full year, it's not going to affect us. So why make a payment? Yes, interest is still going to accrue, but that's it. But if you don't make a payment, no big deal, right? Well, this is where some are saying, if we just stand firm and we pretty much put our foot down and tell President Biden and let everyone know that, no, we're not going to make a payment. You need to forgive up to $10,000. And until then, we're not going to make a payment. We're going to see. But this is something else that is, I think, is very interesting. This other person commented and said this, "Adam, this is insane. The whole reason why student loans have been paused is because we have been screwed for years. They know we are overpaying for a degree, and they know we can't do anything about it. Biden said that he couldn't ask borrowers to pay down their student loan debt when they can't keep up with everyday payments. But why change his mind all of a sudden? We're still in the same position." Now, I want to touch on that as well, because yes, that is what was being told, that all right, all student loan payments were going to be paused. They were going to be paused simply because how could the federal government ask borrowers, student loan borrowers, to continue to make monthly payments when at the same time they're trying to give us stimulus checks? Now, this was granted 2020, 2021, a little bit in 2022. It's not happening in 2023. And so this is part of the reason why some are saying that delinquencies are coming. Because there's millions of people already on the cusp of a delinquency. They're living paycheck to paycheck and only able to pay off the bare minimum. What happens when this additional $400 per month payment now comes back? Because that's the average payment for a student loan. Now, I want to read you this because I think this is interesting. This is exactly what I've heard from dozens of people probably over the past few months. This person says in a comment, "Is anybody else doing this? I took my entire Robinhood account and liquidated it so I could pay off my bills. I had a little over $12,500 and I have been putting money into it for more than 4 years, but I needed the money more. Anybody else doing the same thing?" I can tell you right now, there's millions of people that are taking money from pretty much robbing Peter to pay Paul, right? We see this all the time. I heard from somebody just the other day where they went and pulled out, I believe it was like $800 from their credit card. They pulled out $800 from their credit card in cash so that they can go and buy something. Yeah, they needed cash. I didn't ask what it was. I didn't really care, but they pulled $800 from their credit card to go and be able to pay cash for this thing. This is happening all the time. And then next month, they're going to try to struggle to figure out a way to pay back that $800. Now, granted, they don't have to pay it all back at once, but it's starting to become an issue. Now, listen to what retailers are saying, though. Best Buy recently said shoppers are now unable to pay their credit card bills. And unlike 2020, consumers don't have any stimulus payments to fall back on. They're not the only ones. Macy's also came out, and in the middle of August, they had this to say. They said their second quarter credit card sales dropped by 36% from the previous year of $150 million. The reason why credit card sales are dropping is not because people don't want to use them. Okay? It's not because they're not continuing to spend money. The reason retail sales are dropping on credit cards is because the credit card balance is maxed out. It's at its limit. That's the reason why. But according to Macy's, they say it's because of extremely bloated balances and ever rising interest rates. That's exactly right. So one of the reasons why retailers are fearing October 1st is simply because now we're in the fourth quarter. Okay, got October, November, December, those 3 months. Those are going to be the peak spending months of the entire year, mainly because of November and December and Christmas, right? The holiday season. But the issue is credit card delinquencies could start to pop up. We could start to see a surge in credit card delinquencies. Now, I wish I could tell you that, no, things are going to be fine, don't worry, you can continue to spend. But that's not the economy that we're in. That's not the current environment that we're in. We need to make sure we preserve some of that money. We need to make sure that we have a backup plan. We have an emergency fund or emergency card that we can use. I can tell you right now, from speaking with many people over the past really few weeks, a lot of people are very concerned about this upcoming holiday season. Will their kids get the gifts that they want? Can they afford to keep a roof over their head? Can they put a nice Thanksgiving meal out on the table? Can they afford a turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes and all the other fixings? I don't know, but we're going to find out very soon. Again, today is August 29th, so we're pretty much coming to the end of August very soon. We're going to have answers regarding the new CPI report. Where is inflation? Is it still 3.2%, or is it going to go higher or potentially lower? What is the interest rates going to be? Are we going to see the Federal Reserve come out and raise rates once again in order to really combat inflation? Well, again, we're going to find out. We're going to have answers on that within the next few weeks. So as soon as we get those updates, I promise I will be here. I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates. All you got to do, 2 things. Hit that like button down in the comments, or hit that like button. Also click that subscribe button so you never miss an update. And I will see you guys on the next one.